PC Optimum member has lost 43 million points, the ultimate high-end traveler credit card portfolio, and earn bonus WestJet rewards points when you use your companion voucher. All this and more on Rewards Canada's This Week in Rewards for April 11th, 2025. If you're looking to make the most of your loyalty rewards and credit card reward programs, you've come to the right place. This is your weekly dose of loyalty rewards, travel, and credit card happenings from Canada's original points and miles resource, Rewards Canada. A quick reminder that all the topics we cover in today's video, there will be links to the articles and features in the description below. I'm your host, Patrick, and we'll kick things off with credit cards. So this was a relatively quiet week in the world of credit cards and even loyalty rewards. So in general, this video should be a little bit shorter than the past few. I know the past few have been kind of long. Really, the only thing for credit cards this week was an update to our ultimate high-end traveler credit card portfolio. So if you are not familiar with Rewards Canada's credit card portfolios, or I should call them ultimate credit card portfolios, they are a trio of cards that we feel do a job the best. So it's always one American Express card, one Visa card, and one MasterCard. If you go with these portfolios, you don't have to limit yourself to those cards, but those are usually the best three to start off with, and then you can add more. So in this case, with the ultimate high-end travel credit card portfolio, this is for people who are looking for extra benefits, luxurious hotel stays, things like that, everything beyond points and miles. It's kind of well known that the high-end credit cards aren't actually the best points earning cards in the market because of the benefits they provide, and people actually have asked for that. For example, the Platinum card from American Express, when it was revamped, it's been revamped a few times, but many revamps ago, American Express went out and did a survey of their Platinum card holders and what they wanted. They wanted more benefits. They weren't as concerned about how the points earning was on this card. It was about what the card could provide them when they travel, when they go out and dine, things like that. So that's kind of what this portfolio revolves around. It's the extras that these cards can provide. So what is the ultimate high-end traveler credit card portfolio that Rewards Canada has? It is the Platinum card from American Express. Pretty much the whole portfolio revolves around this one. This is the mainstay card of the portfolio. And then for Visa, it is the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privilege card. And for MasterCard, it is the BMO VI Porter World Elite MasterCard, just released just about a month ago. It has made its way into this portfolio. So basically, like I said, this revolves around the Platinum card because it is the best ultra premium card in Canada, lots of benefits. You know, you have the annual $200 travel credit that you can use towards any travel booked via Amex Travel. You get Gold Elite status with Marriott Bonvoy and Hilton Honors. Yeah, I mean, Gold Elite's not, nothing special in those programs, but it's better than not having any elite status. You might get some upgrades, especially outside of North America. You can get some of those extra benefits with those statuses. And then you can even parlay those elite statuses into status matches with other hotel programs as well. So you can just build value out of those elite statuses that the card has. It has an annual $200 dining credit at select restaurants. But the big things with this card are things like the International Airline Program. So the International Airline Program is a discount for purchasing premium cabin fares on many of the world's best airlines. You have Air Canada, Qatar Airways, Air France, KLM. You'll get a discount on business class and first class fares if the airlines have first class. You'll get discounts when booking them via American Express Travel, and they can be significant discounts as well. But it should be noted as well, you can use it for WestJet, but not just business class on WestJet, but economy class as well. I've done a lot of articles about this. I've mentioned this a lot, so I'll put some links below to those articles and how you can use it to save on WestJet economy class. Now, it doesn't work for ultra basic, but anything above ultra basic and higher, you will get a discount booking through American Express Travel with your Platinum card. Now, if you're flying something like Calgary to Victoria, it may only be a $20 savings, but if you do that often enough or you're buying multiple tickets, it starts adding up. It is a discount and it saves you some money. So the Platinum card, it just gives you so much value, these extra benefits beyond points and miles. The next big benefit on the Platinum card that a lot of people, the high-end travelers, look for is the Fine Hotels and Resorts program. So this is a special program where you can get special benefits at over 1,500 hotels worldwide. There's things like free upgrades, credits at the hotel, whether it's spa, dining, or just a general hotel credit, early check-in, late checkout, all these extra little benefits that you get from the Fine Hotels and Resorts program. And a lot of times they have offers too, where you book 2 nights, get the 3rd free, book 3 nights, get the 4th free. So there's a lot of value there, but it is high-end hotels. And that's why this is the high-end travel credit card portfolio, because it's all about that more luxurious travel. And the next big benefit, and this is one that a lot of people get the Platinum card for, and now I should note that you don't have to be a high roller to have the high-end travel credit card portfolio. The Platinum card from American Express actually does not have an income requirement. If you have good enough credit, you can get this card regardless of what your income is. I'm sure there's some income behind the scenes that they look at, but I mean, you don't have to have like what Visa Infinite Privilege asks for or the World Elite that I'm going to discuss next. You don't have to have those income levels. You can have lower levels, and people have been approved and get the Platinum card. Now, the annual fee is $799 on the Platinum card, but it is well worth it for a lot of those benefits. And this is that one benefit that a lot of people get it for, is airport lounge access. If you've followed Rewards Canada for any time, you'll know that we tell you that this card has the best airport lounge access program out of any credit card in Canada. It gets you access to over 1,400 lounges worldwide. Here in Canada, certain lounges like Swissport, it will get you, your spouse or partner, and your kids in, all from just one card. Most other lounges, it's you and one guest. Centurion lounges, though, is you and two guests. And it's a better Centurion lounge access than the US Platinum card, which they had to curb because there's so many Platinum card holders in the US who are just making those lounges so full. And that affects the Canadian card holders, of course, too, is getting access to those lounges. So unfortunately, that seems to be the case, especially in the US, where a lot of the lounges are crowded. So do take the lounge access sometimes with a grain of salt, but other places in the world, it seems to be a little bit better in terms of accessing the lounges. And then you also get the highest priority pass level with the card as well for you and one guest to enter lounges that may not be part of the different parts of Amex's lounge program. Check out the review of the card on the website, or our guide to business class lounge access, where we discuss all the different lounges you can enter and how you enter them with the Platinum card from American Express. So the Visa card in the Ultimate High-End Travel Credit Card portfolio is the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privilege card. This is a card that's going to give you elite-like benefits when you fly with Air Canada. So you get things like priority check-in and boarding. That's if you're not already flying a premium class. You get priority security screening at select airports. You get Maple Leaf lounge access in North America. So that's key because the Platinum card does not get access to Maple Leaf lounges. So you're covering a bit more of the lounge spectrum by having this card as well. And on top of that, you get the Visa Airport Companion with 6 lounge visits per year, so just even more lounge access. So between the Platinum card and this card, you are pretty much covering almost all lounges, all airports worldwide. I mean, I'm sure there's some that you can't, but you're covering a lot for sure with those two cards. The primary card holder also can take advantage of an annual companion voucher. So if you spend $25,000 on the card, you will get access to this companion ticket, which starts at $99 plus taxes, fees, and charges. It's just kind of like the WestJet companion voucher that's so famous. It's very similar with this card as well. And then, of course, like any of the premium or ultra premium, this is ultra premium, Aeroplan co-brand cards, you get the first check bag free on Air Canada flights for you and up to 8 people on the same reservation. So a lot of benefits with that card as well. And rounding out the portfolio in the MasterCard position is the new BMO VI Porter World Elite MasterCard. So this position used to be held by the HSBC World Elite MasterCard several years ago, but of course that one is gone. And you know, honestly, MasterCard doesn't have an ultra premium product. But with their income requirements, they almost make it seem like an ultra premium product. But the World Elite MasterCard is equivalent to the Visa Infinite cards, not the Infinite Privileges. So they're a little bit behind there in the ultra premium market. So there's always, you know, been just some sort of World Elite that fills this third slot, and it's kind of the least of the ultra premium of the high-end cards in the high-end traveler portfolio. But the BMO VI Porter World Elite MasterCard fits the bill perfectly in terms of benefits because it is the only card in Canada that gives you automatic airline elite status. It gives you VI Porter Venture Avid Traveler membership. So with that, you get dedicated airport check-in, priority security screening, early boarding, one complimentary check bag, priority call center service. So just a lot more benefits when you are flying with Porter Airlines. Now, this is also the card you're going to use at Costco or Costco warehouses because Visa and American Express are not accepted at the warehouses. And with this card, earning 1 VI Porter point per dollar spent at Costco and an average redemption value of 1.5 cents per point, you're getting a 1.5% return on your Costco purchases. That moves this card into, or ties a few cards in the top 5 credit cards to use at Costco warehouses. I'll have to update that feature coming up soon. I was hoping that we wouldn't have another card to change that feature because I made a video about that too, which I'll link to the video right here for the top 5 MasterCards. But just know that the VI Porter card is also now included in the top 5 with that 1.5%. This card also offers airport lounge access membership, so it gives you the MasterCard Travel Pass by Dragon Pass. So it's just the same as the Visa Airport Companion pretty much, but no additional lounge passes, so you're pretty much covered by the other 2 cards. Now in the feature, we also provide some other card options. Now, American Express, if you're a super high roller, like super high-end traveler, you might be offered the Centurion card, but honestly, it's still probably not much better than the Platinum card. It earns less points. The thing with the Centurion card is, it's the status. It's showing that you have that status. And then also things like the way better concierge service. But, in terms of most Canadians, the other option for American Express is the Aeroplan Reserve card. But with the TD Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privilege being a touch better than that one, I would say, other than the earn rate for Air Canada flights, you're better off with the Platinum card. Or really, in the Amex spot, you want the Platinum card in this portfolio. Now, Visa, if you're not somebody who flies with Air Canada, then that Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privilege from TD or even the CIBC version, we always refer to TD. CIBC pretty much offers very similar Aeroplan cards, but they don't really market the cards as much as TD because they're not allowed to. So we always go with TD first, but know that you can get the CIBC versions as well. But like I said, if you're not somebody who flies Air Canada very much, then the Aeroplan Visa Infinite Privileges may not make sense. So there are other Visa Infinite Privilege cards that you can use. There's like the RBC Avion Visa Infinite Privilege. It's a hybrid card, so you can use it for any travel at any time through their award charts, or they have that good business class redemption where they double the value. 100 points gets you $2 instead of $1. Then you have like the Scotiabank Passport Visa Infinite Privilege, no foreign transaction fees. So that would make good sense for this portfolio as well if you're not an Air Canada flyer, because you're getting no FX fees with that card. Also has decent lounge access. Actually, it gets more passes than the TD card. Gives you 10 passes for lounge access, but it does not give you the Maple Leaf lounge access, nor does it give you those benefits for flying for Air Canada. But if you're not flying Air Canada, that doesn't matter. And then you can also round it out probably with the CIBC Aventura Visa Infinite Privilege card. That's another good option as well. And then MasterCard, lots of different options there. I mean, they're all the World Elites are pretty equivalent, other than the VI Porter one giving you the VI Porter status. I would recommend something like the Rogers World Elite MasterCard, no annual fee, so you don't have to pay extra. But I mean, you're already paying a lot with these cards, so obviously you should be able to afford it if you did pay an annual fee on a World Elite MasterCard. But that Rogers World Elite MasterCard with no fee, 1.5% cash back, unless you are a Rogers customer, then you get like 2%, 3%. So it's a very good option for this portfolio as well. So those are things you can check out. Like I said, the link will be in the description below. You can read the whole feature and see why this is the ultimate high-end travel credit card portfolio. Now we'll pause for a message from our sponsor. This episode of This Week in Rewards is proudly brought to you by Saily. Saily is a new eSIM service brought to you by Nord Security, who are famous for their NordVPN service. Canada is famous, or should I say infamous, for having some of the highest costs for mobile services, and this extends beyond our borders when using your Canadian provider while traveling abroad. Using an eSIM service is a great way to save on those excessive fees, and Saily provides affordable eSIM services in over 160 countries and 8 regions. With a Saily eSIM, you'll always have a connection when needed, and you won't have to worry about high fees or needing to search out a cafe or hotel with a poor Wi-Fi connection, nor do you have to worry about carrying multiple SIM cards and fumbling about to switch them over. You'll save yourself time at the airport or train station, as you won't have to go buy yourself a local card. With Saily, all you have to do is download their app and then pick the plan that works for you, and you can save 15% with our exclusive discount code REWARDSCANADA. It can be for a single country like the US, an entire region like Europe, or you can even go for a global plan. The plans range from 1 day to an entire year and provide 5 to 20 gigabytes of data. The Saily app will guide you through the process to set up your eSIM, including activation, but you don't have to worry about losing time or data, as it only turns on automatically once you have landed at your destination. For our listeners and viewers, you can get that exclusive 15% discount on Saily eSIM data by downloading the Saily app and using code REWARDSCANADA, all one word, lowercase, REWARDSCANADA, at checkout, or go to saily.com/rewardscanada to have the code automatically applied. Before we continue on to loyalty rewards and travel news, if you like today's content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you don't do so yet, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we do post new videos, share the video with friends, family, coworkers, anybody who you feel can benefit from the topics we cover here, and leave us a comment below, whether it's a question, a correction, or just to say hi. We do love getting people's comments. All right, let's get into loyalty and travel news now. So this week, loyalty programs were making news again in Canada across CBC, radio stations, things like that. And that was due to a PC Optimum member losing 43 million. Yeah, that's right, 43 million PC Optimum points. That's worth over $43,000. This is something we've covered on Rewards Canada for the better part of a year now. There was a lot of issues with PC Optimum freezing people's accounts due to breaking terms and conditions, security issues, you name it. It's been going on for us covering this for at least a year, but I believe it's been going on based on some Reddit posts, probably a couple years now of frozen account issues. And it's reared its ugly head again. In this case, we have a gentleman who had 43 million points, which apparently were collected over 7 years. He said he was using a credit card, taking advantage of gift card offers, bonus points, things like that. And then this past January, he went to go redeem points and found out his account was frozen. And then he started doing some more digging about why his account was frozen. They wouldn't tell him why. They just said they broke the terms and conditions. So he went to the media, and now it's been in CBC, it was on the National, it was on their website, it's been on some radio stations. I appeared in a lot of those pieces as the loyalty program expert discussing the issues here. But it actually ended up with him going to the media that Loblaws has now closed his account, canceled his credit card, and took away all those points. So his account wasn't just frozen, it's been totally wiped out. That is a tough pill to swallow. $43,000 of value. Now, I've said this to the media that I believe there is a little bit more to the story from both sides. I mean, we know definitely from Loblaws, they just won't tell us all, everything from their end. But I believe there's probably more to the story from the consumer. But with them going to the media, it's hard to say. It's like, I don't think they were doing anything nefarious. They weren't doing anything on purpose. They've just found how to push the value of this program by earning a lot of points. And the terms and conditions do allow PC Optimum to stop that. But PC Optimum's terms and conditions are a bit vague though in how far can you really push the limits of this program. We've seen it over the years where people buy a lot of gift cards and then they get their accounts frozen. There's no terms and conditions on the gift card purchases onto how many gift cards you can buy, but then PC Optimum's terms and conditions say, we can freeze your account, take your points away if we feel you've spent more than, what an average household does. Things like that, So their terms and conditions are very vague that allow them, this discretion. They even say that in there. It's at our sole discretion in their terms and conditions to determine who they feel have broken terms and conditions, who've pushed the accounts too far. But this gentleman with 43 million points, he's the first one I've heard of actually losing his whole account. Pretty much the last year when I've been doing this whole advocacy role for Canadians, for PC Optimum issues, it's always been frozen accounts, and most people have had their accounts unfrozen, and they get their point, they can use their points and everything. And that happened in the CBC piece as well. There was another gentleman whose account was frozen, and they did unlock his account. And for most people, that happens. So we need to find out where this guy got this 43 million points. Loblaws says we have substantial evidence that suggests this customer is operating outside what we considered as fair. Thinking like they've exceeded purchase limits and buying items for resale or commercial use. So that is a potential thing here where somebody goes to, Superstore or Loblaw stores when something's on sale and buys a lot of them, or if there's a lot of points, because it's 43 million points. So obviously when there's bonus points on certain products, they buy it and use it, for restaurants, for whatever, certain things. People have done that. Now, I'm not saying that this gentleman has, but these are things that people do. But, I also have questions for Loblaws about this. 43 million points over 7 years. Why did it take so long for Loblaw to take action now? Is it because he went to the media? Why didn't they stop him at 10 million points? Why didn't they stop him at 20 million, 30 million? They let him get to 43 million points before anything was done. Like that screams like, oh, we're just going to let this guy keep spending because he spends a lot with us. We're making money off of him. And then, once it gets to a point where we need to take action, we'll take action. And that seems to be what has happened now. And then, of course, how did he earn so many points? They mentioned that it's credit card spending, bonus promotions, gift cards. Well, we all know, I've talked about this before, that the gift card offers have no terms and conditions. Like this past weekend, 15,000 bonus points for $100 Uber gift cards. Terms and conditions, I'll put it up on the screen here. You can see all it says is we reserve the right to limit purchase quantities. So that is at a store level. That's not at a program level. That's not a term and condition of this promotion. If the store doesn't want to limit it, you can buy as many of those gift cards as you want. And I've heard stories in the past of people buying $5,000 of gift cards during the course of a week. So if it's 15,000 points for every $100, right there and then in that course of a week, if you're buying $5,000 of Uber gift cards, that's 750,000 points in 1 week. And they run these gift card offers almost weekly. This past week was the first week where they didn't. And I'm wondering if it has something to do with all this news. Probably not, but it's probably just a coincidence. But anyway, so yeah, you can earn 750,000 points in a week if you're going to go spend $5,000 on these gift cards that offer 15,000 bonus points for every $100. So it's not unheard of or not that crazy to think you can earn 43 million points through this program. And then the last thing I ask is, why did the member keep collecting points and not using them? Outside of the few redemption events with PC Optimum, like the Black Friday events, there is no point in hoarding cash equivalent point program points. Use them when you earn them. Like with PC Optimum, I'd say don't go beyond 300,000 or 500,000 points when they have these redemption events, especially the Black Friday one, because so many people I've talked to, I know, earn all year long so that they can redeem for gaming consoles. That's if Shoppers Drug Mart still has them by this coming Black Friday, or for other gifts to put under the tree. They save up the points because you get more value for your points during that event. But again, that event is only usually capped at 300,000 or 500,000 points. You can't go beyond that. So there is no point in collecting beyond, I would say, 500,000 PC Optimum points. Otherwise, redeem away. Just keep using those points. And that's the same for me with Scene Plus. Every time I'm at 1,000 points, I redeem for $10 off on my groceries. I don't hoard Scene Plus points because there isn't a need to, because they have the same value across the board, whether you use it for travel, whether you use it for movies, groceries. There is no outsized value for Scene Plus points, just like there's no outsized value outside of those redemption events. I'll put an asterisk there, for PC Optimum. So cash equivalent programs, please people, do not hoard them. There isn't a point. It even just reminds me of a couple years ago when I had to appear in the media as well about these people who kept all their McDonald's sticker cards. If you remember, before My McDonald's Rewards launched in its current format, they just had the card on the coffee cups where you would put stickers. And there were people who had hundreds of these cards, and then that program was stopped. Why were people holding on to hundreds of these cards? There was absolutely no value in doing so. Each time you filled a card, you should have redeemed it for a free coffee instead of buying another card and card. And I'm talking about people who had like stacks like this thick of cards. It doesn't make sense, people. I mean, I understand, you're maybe saving for a rainy day, but please don't. When it comes to loyalty programs that do not provide outsized value, you don't need to hold on to those points. And by outsized value, I mean the potential for like travel, like over the water bungalows. That's the example I use, for hotel points, or business class flights, or an expensive economy class flight, things like that. In most of those cases, you want to hold on to your points. Rob with Head for Points. Head for Points is a UK blog, Points and Miles blog, very similar to Rewards Canada. He made a good point in that, they're always talking about how everybody's always talking about earn and burn. But if you always earn and burn, you may not be able to get that 10 days in an overwater bungalow in the Maldives. I believe that was his example, or somewhere with Marriott. Had he not held on to his Marriott points, he would not have had enough points for an amazing redemption that came along, for a great hotel. So there are arguments to hoard points, but not with cash equivalent programs like PC Optimum. Like I said, max 500,000 points. If you get over 500,000, start redeeming those points away. Maybe hold on to that 500, for the Black Friday event, if that makes sense for you. If not, keep redeeming. I mean, I redeem my PC Optimum quite often when I earn them, but I don't earn them that often because I'm not a big PC Optimum member. So, and I should note that after this story aired on CBC and on the few radio stations, I've had more people reach out to me that the frozen account issue is still ongoing for some other people. So obviously I thought that maybe they had taken care of this by the end of 2024, but obviously it's still happening. Reach out to me if you're somebody who's had your account frozen. At this point, my current PC Optimum contact, I don't have them anymore. Either they're ghosting me or they left the company. So I'm trying to find a new contact outside of their PR people, like media people, because they don't really seem to help very much, but an actual person within the program who can help me out in terms of helping you guys out if your accounts are frozen. All right, next up in loyalty rewards, you can earn Alaska Airlines Mileage Plan MVP status with just one round trip flight to Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, if you are planning to fly to Australia or New Zealand during the course of 2025, and are willing to take multiple connections or multiple routings to get there, you might want to consider this offer from Alaska Airlines. So if you fly from the continental US, it can't be from Canada, so you're gonna have to take a positioning flight or drive across the border to one of the US cities that Alaska Airlines serve and fly with them and Hawaiian, because they own Hawaiian Airlines now. So you can fly from any city that's served in the continental US by Alaska Airlines or Hawaiian Airlines. You'll connect in Hawaii and go to Sydney or Auckland. And when you do that as a round trip, you will get MVP status right away, and that MVP status lasts until December 31st, 2026. So this is a great little offer, and it's available all year. So I'm just kind of putting out there that if you've been considering a trip down under, maybe you want to consider this offer. It might be a little bit more work, but you're gonna get elite status out of it. And I think that ties in perfectly with this week's bonus blast. So the bonus blast is where we look at some of the key bonus miles and points offers that we've posted to the Rewards Canada site over the past week. Now we do post many more offers, but these are just some of the key ones to highlight. So the first one comes to us from WestJet Rewards. So right now you can earn bonus WestJet Rewards points when you redeem your companion voucher from your WestJet RBC World Elite MasterCard for travel within Canada. So this is jumping on that Canadian sentiment about more domestic travel. I mean, people are cutting back on their travel to the US, but they're traveling more within Canada and to international destinations. So focusing on Canadian travel, they will give you bonus points if you use your companion voucher to any of their 40 plus destinations in Canada. Now you have to book this offer by April 14th. I'm recording this April 11th, so if you're watching this after April 14th, unfortunately this offer will be gone. But yeah, you book by then for travel from May 1st to October 25th. They will give you up to 7,500 bonus WestJet Rewards points. And because it's for travel May 1st, the new program starts April 30th, where it's now going to be WestJet Rewards points instead of dollars. So you'll earn 5,000 bonus points on Econo and Econo Flex fares, or 7,500 bonus points on Premium and Premium Flex fares. The next bonus is from Cathay Pacific. So they are offering a 5,000 Asia miles rebate when you redeem Asia miles for economy class flights this autumn between Toronto or Vancouver and Hong Kong. So basically all you have to do is redeem your miles for one of these flights by April 22nd for travel between September 15th and December 11th, 2025, and you'll receive a 5,000 Asia miles rebate. Now it's 5,000 miles per traveler, but if you're redeeming from one account, that one account will get all the bonus miles, but if you redeem from separate accounts, then everybody will get the 5,000 bonus miles on their own. And just a reminder, a round trip economy class flight between Vancouver and Hong Kong with Asia miles costs 54,000 miles round trip plus taxes and fees. From Toronto to Hong Kong, you're looking at 76,000 miles plus taxes and fees. You'll get 5,000 miles basically back on those. They say they'll award the miles after travel is complete. Next, we have Alaska Airlines, who are offering up to a 60% bonus for buying Mileage Plan miles. So this is a mystery bonus offer this time. We talk about a lot of their bonus mile offers. This time it's a mystery bonus. It's 50% for some. I receive 50, others are receiving 60%. This offer is valid till May 21st. You have a long time to buy miles. Either at 50 or 60%, this can provide really good value for some of those One World airline redemptions on Alaska Airlines. You know, they have their global getaways, which unfortunately this current global getaways ends today, the day I'm recording it. So you would have to buy miles today and redeem to get some of those if there is value in that. I'll put a breakdown of how the bonuses work on the screen here for the 50% and 60% offers. As always, don't buy miles unless you're needing them for redemption or you find a redemption that provides bigger value in cents per point than what you're paying cents per point. And remember, as Canadians, we will pay GST, HST on top of that. You have to take the conversion rate for US to Canadian dollars since these are since the transactions are in US dollars. So something to just take into consideration when you go buy these miles. And next, another buy miles bonus. Well, actually a buy points bonus. This one is from Hilton Honors, who are offering a 100% bonus when you buy 5,000 or more points by May 29th. So another long window, two long windows there, Alaska and Hilton, for buying their points. With this offer, you're buying points for half a cent each, US dollars. A lot of times you can redeem Hilton Honors points for 0.7, 0.8 cents US. So again, it can make sense to buy points as long as you're extracting more value. In our article on the website, we have an example of a hotel in New York where the hotel costs over $600 per night and you can buy the points for 400 something US dollars. So you can save yourself a couple $100 on especially those expensive hotel stays by buying points and then using the points for the free nights. Remember, before you book any travel, whether it's flights, hotels, car rentals, to always check the Rewards Canada bonus offer section before you do so. So many people leave extra points and miles on the table. It's like walking past the $5 bill on the ground and just leaving it there. This is extra cash for you guys. This is extra rewards for you guys. So make sure you're always checking the bonus offer section before you book any travel. And that's all she wrote for this week. Be sure to check out rewardscanada.ca on a daily basis, or our social media on a daily basis, as we are posting so many different news and offers. There are offers that are short term. There was a lot of Air Miles flash offers this week that we don't cover in the video, and some of those offers don't even make it into our newsletter. But at the very least, you should be subscribing to the newsletter, because that is a roundup of everything we do cover that is still valid, and that comes out every Friday. And then on Saturdays is the bonus bulletin. This is where we list all of the bonus offers that we've added to the Rewards Canada website for the past week. That is your ticket to more miles, more points, and more rewards. Thank you everybody for tuning in this week. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.